meet you. I really wanted to, have you come on the show and tell your story and stuff like that.
Hey, it's nice to be here, man. I thank you for reaching out to me and giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, so what made you become a martial artist? Like what was the influence behind that?
My dad. My dad is the founder and creator of our style, Red Dragon Karate. My dad was my hero, and I wanted to be around him, so I went to the studio and started learning martial arts.
That and I hate that you guys get excluded out of everything because y'all pretty much as important as the Shakur side of the family as well. I just hate that they don't put y'all like in the movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just glad people, like it and I enjoy the history and
Yo, 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 welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 733. Just want to say thanks to all my supporters, all my subscribers, all my followers, and let's begin. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. But yeah, tonight I wanted to go deep. I wanted to go up to a place. And I know a lot of people may not get it, but this ain't for everybody, but this is for somebody. But I was just really sitting here thinking about just everything that I have gone through and just with this particular topic. A lot of times you have people who are oblivious to your upbringing and what you went through, what you experienced with a toxic parent. And mama, I'm not talking about you. I know she gonna be like, I know he ain't talking about me. No, mama, I ain't talking about you. You know who I'm talking about. But I just want for people to realize that just because somebody brought you into the world doesn't mean they're good for you. Doesn't mean that you have to rekindle something that you didn't destroy. Because that person, whoever it was, a deadbeat mother, deadbeat father, they chose to not raise you. They chose to stay away from you. And it's not your responsibility as the son or daughter to make things right when you didn't do anything. You had no idea who this parent was that brought you into the world, and you just learning them as they learning with you. But instead, it's like you figuring out why you exist. And I know that people has this misconception about certain things, but in the black community, there's no secrecy about fatherlessness or fatherlessness and motherlessness. There's no secret. It happens to the best of us, right? But I always say, as a person with a good heart, I try to see the good in everybody. But you can't change a person who doesn't want to change. You would never win that battle. And you ended up disappointing yourself when you have all these expectations. Well, high expectations. You would end up even more hurt, more broken, more damage than you already are. Sometimes it's just best to love a person but never see them again. And you just go by just everything that you have done to try to make things work. And everything doesn't always go your way, because everything didn't go my way. And I'm only saying this with logic. I'm not saying this through emotion, but I'm just being logical and being honest. Because my stepdad raised me. My stepdad was my father. And he'd been gone for 6 years. That's the only dad that I saw when I got off the school bus. That's the only dad I saw when I ate dinner. That's the only dad that came to my graduation, came to my prom, watched me grow from a boy to a man, who taught me life lessons, who gave me advice when I started to date, started to be interested in girls. That was the man that practically gave me the tools to how to pull a girl, like gave me pickup lines and gave me cologne. Really gave me the proper setup to be when you became a man from a teenage boy. And my biological father was out of my life for 25 years. So for people to tell anyone who has had a absent, well, not just an absent parent, but a toxic parent at that, can't tell no one nothing about, because we live in reality. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way that the Winslows came back together was because of the writers. The writers made it possible for Carl and Eddie to make up and played the music and everybody applaud and happy ending of the episode. But in the real world, there's no such thing as happy endings. It's just confirmation. And when you facing that kind of brokenness and that kind of betrayal and that kind of hurt, you don't get no closure. You just get confirmation. You're going to get the confirmation of this particular person. Because nowadays, you kind of feel like as if things was being exaggerated or things was factual. And I got my confirmation. Let me see, this 2024. So I got my confirmation 3 years ago about how my dad really felt about me. And yeah, like it hurt, but it was hurtful living in a lie rather than actually finding out the truth. Because people say that the truth sets you free, but the truth also pisses you off too. Because you just sit back and think about, like, how long can you fake or put on a facade for somebody that you don't even love, somebody that you don't even care about? Because you don't know how to love people. And it's just a lot of that, people who have the difficulty to love somebody, they say it stems from childhood, that they haven't received the love from their parent so they don't know how to love their kids. But I just think that's a cop out because even though I didn't get the love that I deserved from him, I would never treat my son or daughter like that. I would never forsake or abandon my children. Because my mom is a good woman. My mom had all her kids by the same man. Even when they broke up, she stuck by the new man practically my whole life. And he raised me. And I'm not trying to be fucked up, but I feel like the wrong father died. I don't want to make it seem like I'm evil, but it's just my feelings, just I can't keep them bottled up no more. Because if I can't be honest with my viewers or with myself, then I'm not real. I'm not authentic. And I just think that people should need to stop telling people how to feel and how to deal with trauma. Because absent parents breeds trauma or traumatic children or traumatized children. And that's traumatizing when somebody didn't want you or you felt like you weren't good enough to be raised by somebody who brought you into the world. Like you're good enough to be on my birth certificate, but you're not good enough to mold me, to raise me, to teach me, give me fellowship, give me confidence, give me your wisdom. And this goes on every day. This goes on at a rapid rate. And when does accountability set in for anybody who didn't grow up with both parents? It's an endless cycle. But the cycle stops with me because I'm going to make sure that my kids don't have to worry about me searching for my whereabouts, searching for the truth for me. Because God is my witness. I would want to be there every day. I want to be there as soon as they wake up, as soon as they go to bed, the whole nine. Because I've never been on no fishing trip. I've never been on no camping trip. The only time that he actually came to my events was when I was an adult. You know what I'm saying? And that shit felt weird. He didn't even want to come to see me graduate from my job, or this class that I took for my job. He didn't want to even see that. But I'm like, well, you missed all the important shit. So what you complaining about? Like, at least do the diligence to come to this event that I inviting you in. But to each their own. But like I said, I ain't trying to make him seem like the devil or anything like that. But you guys don't know none of this shit. So I feel like it's just really important to establish some type of blueprint to why I am upset, why I am hurt, why I am angry, why I am resentful towards them. And I just think that people should tell the truth, because the truth is exactly what it is. And it's okay to still love this person and still be pissed at this person. Because we just like to put a band-aid over certain wounds, but if it ain't no disinfectant, ain't no peroxide being put on that wound to kill the bacteria, then the wound gonna always be there. You might have an infection. You might have to get something amputated because you didn't treat it. You didn't really get the proper medical attention. And that goes with everything. That goes with the physical, that goes with the emotional, that goes with the spiritual, that goes with the mental, that goes with everything. Because we just try to hide the pain instead of facing the pain. And one cigarette leads to a blunt. One blunt leads to a pipe. You know, if we don't nip whatever's in the bud, then it's over. But it's tough, you know. It's really tough because like he's in his 70s. I'm in my 30s, and I just wanted just a relationship, you know. Just that's all I ever wanted. I didn't get that. All I got in was manipulation, love bombing, stonewalling, and betrayal. You know, I got a knife in my back when all I wanted was a hug. You know, that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted was just reassurance that I will never fail you again. I know I wasn't in your life now, but I'm here to make things work. I can't change the past, but I can change the future. And that's all I ever wanted. But for my peace and for my sanity, I choose to stay away from him to anybody who isn't adding or multiplying into my life. Because you're not an asset, you're a liability. If you just coming around me lying, coming around me being treacherous and being deceitful, I don't need to be around you. Because you're going to make me do something to you. You're going to awaken triggers that I kept bottled up because of the little respect that I have for you. And we have to just, grieve the living too, not just the death. But you have to grieve the living. You have to leave people where they be if they're not trying to change, if they're not trying to first apologize to you or hold themselves to any high regard that they have a problem or it was addiction. But toxic and absent parents don't deserve to be taken care of when they get sick, when they become old, elderly. Only the parent that stuck by you at your best, at your worst, when you lost everything. So, mama, I will always be forever indebted to you, because regardless of how everything that ever went down between us, I knew where to find you. I always had your phone number. I always had your address. Even when we didn't talk for a while or was on the same page, I knew where to find you. I knew that you loved me. And I will always love you for that. But it's just really important for all of us as adults now is to seek the help that is needed, and to know that you can always still become a success. You can always win, regardless of not having both parents. But one thing I did learn from was what I'm not going to do, what I'm not going to repeat, and I'm damn sure not going to afflict on my offspring, because their father going to be a millionaire, their father going to be a philanthropist, their father going to be his own conglomerate someday. So, but yeah, I just wanted to discuss that. And anybody understands, then you're not alone. Yeah, I'm finna get out here, y'all. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want to get something to eat. But yeah, hit like, comment, subscribe to the channel, the 1804 Show, Chapter 2. If you want to leave a donation, Cash App, $, the 1804 Show. And have a good night. God bless. Peace.